What's up? Greg here, burning at both ends, burning on the back end of a just fantastic Friday in New York City. As you can clearly see, I'm in the kind of upstairs lobby of the Empire State Building. Figured it'd be cool to shoot a post from here. So yeah, we just had a great day with my dad, my brother. We had some dim sum at Numwa. What else did we do? We had some incredible food at Obika. We saw some jazz at Django, so it was pretty killer. And so let's get in tonight's post. Oh, we got one more thing here. We also had the luxury of being invited to the Ense headquarters in Manhattan. So my dad, my brother, and myself visited Ikram and the Ense family. So we got to meet a whole bunch of people. We got to meet Bowie and Sabi and Matt and Randy. And we got to see their space and just hang out with them. And it was my dad's birthday weekend, even though he turned 75 in February. But we celebrated this weekend in New York City. And Ikram and the Ense family got him a birthday cake, and we sang happy birthday and celebrated his birthday. And Ikram and the Ense family, I just want to let you know that my dad really appreciated that. That was just so, just awesome. Just, so heartwarming and so incredible. And so thank you very much for including us and inviting us into your space. And so let's get in tonight's post. So tonight's post is about, the topic is voice and jargon. I'm super big on voice. Gary V, thank you for introducing me to voice and, with your soothsaying ability, showing me how important it is or will be. And Ikram, thank you very much for creating Ense. To give me a platform. And so yeah, voice and jargon. So jargon is this interesting term where the meaning is it's this kind of like secret language within like a specific industry or a specific space, right? And think of like where you work and think of all the jargon that if you spit out the jargon, essentially people not in that space would not understand it, right? And and let me just kind of create some context around the way I see jargon and voice working together, right? So voice delivers content with emotion that can create a unique connection. I'm feeling that with Ense all the time. Include jargon in that, and one can substantially magnify that connection by appealing to a specialized subset of the audience. And then so this is analogous to being like on the VIP list or being part of the inner circle or like part of an inside joke. It's just you get something that most people don't. And so when you add jargon, it's like I understand the voice, with a capital V, the voice, on a deeper level than most. And that just creates just an even more unique connection. So I think that's pretty cool if we can include jargon and create jargon around voice. And so let's start with just the power of voice, right? Just bottom line, I get emotion with voice. I feel that on Ense all the time. The authenticity comes through. I'm able to create comfort and connection with voice, right? Because I know it's coming from that person, right? A tweet can come from anybody, right? I can pay someone to tweet for me. I can pay someone to Facebook post for me. But if it's my voice, it's my voice. And this is why I just love Ense. I think Ense is just awesome. And I highly recommend everyone go join Ense, follow me, burn at both Ense. I just changed my handle to burn at both Ense, E-N-S-E. I love it. That was my brother's idea, so props to my brother for that one. All right, so now let's get into jargon, right? I mentioned jargon is this kind of like unique wording that only applies and is only understood by specific people in the industry, in a specific space or industry, right? So, I'm passionate about engineering, about business, cooking and music, especially drums, and of course these things all have their own bit of jargon. And I really enjoy learning this language, learning these specific words and their meanings, because it helps me understand and communicate better within that space. And so I take the time to understand, and when someone says a word and it's out of context for me, and I go back and say, hey, can you just explain that, please? Let me know what that really means there. I would appreciate it. And it's amazing how that creates the connection. My yearning to understand creates that connection. So and I think one of the best things that we, not best things, but one of the things that we all understand with jargon is, think of Starbucks. Think of all the language that Starbucks created around coffee, and how like ubiquitous that is. It's fascinating. So all right, so what's the purpose here? Why am I talking about this stuff? Well, I wanted to introduce some jargon into the business world based on this kind of burn at both ends concept, and I reached into the candle making industry and I pulled out a few terms that I'd like to tell you about, and maybe we can all start using as we think about marketing campaigns in business, right? So these two words are, or two phrases really, are hot throw and cold throw. So hot throw is the fragrance emitted from a candle when it is burning, and cold throw is the fragrance emitted from a candle when it's not burning. And so now, how do we take this into business? And so the hot throw in business, and think marketing, the hot throw is the initial impact of a marketing activity when the campaign is in progress. I'll say it again. So the hot throw, as it pertains to business and marketing, is the initial impact of a marketing activity when the campaign is in progress. The cold throw is the residual effect of a marketing activity after the campaign is over. I'll say it again. The cold throw is the residual effect of a marketing activity after the campaign is over. And why am I doing this? Why am I introducing these words? Well, first of all, I really dig those two phrases. I think they're cool. I think that they just have a really cool just vibe to them. But also, I talk a lot about the infinite game, and I love playing the infinite game, and I love seeing it show up in my life now, and recognizing it when I'm playing the finite game and correcting my action for a more longer term effect. And that's the purpose, is just use these words so that way we're thinking about the infinite game when we're planning our marketing campaigns, because marketing is almost everything in business when you think about it, right? This is how you touch the customer, how you reach the customer, the message you send. This is so critical, so important, and playing the infinite game here is just, this is the way to be successful in the long term. So that's tonight's talk. So coming from you from the Empire State Building, you can see behind me there, they wouldn't let me do this in another place, but I found a spot here. So this is pretty dope. Yeah, hope you enjoyed tonight's post. It's a little shorter than usual, but my arm's getting a little tired here from holding the camera. Having a great time in New York City. So thanks again, Ikram and the Ense family, for welcoming us to your headquarters. And thanks for the birthday celebration for my dad. That was awesome. And I just want to give a huge shout out to my dad and my brother. They helped me with tonight's outline. They really provided some great value to help me define these words, cold throw and hot throw. Let's start using these terms and having fun in business. So if you like tonight's post, subscribe, comment below. I want to be of service, so please tell me how you're doing, how I can help. I'd love to help. No beats tonight, sorry about that, but we'll get back into the beats when I get back to Albany. But for now, we'll be in New York City. We'll be enjoying New York City. We'll be actually back in Connecticut tomorrow at my brother's crib. So he does have some nice video editing software, so we will be able to add beats later. But anyway, for now, we're doing great. Y'all have a good night, and we'll talk soon.